Pope Francis saying that the church needs to adapt to a post-Christian West. In a Saturday message delivered from the Vatican, the Pope warned that, quote, rigidity, people living out the Christian faith, was turning people away. Francis called for Vatican bureaucrats to embrace change during his annual Christmas greeting. 2 weeks ago, Pope Francis mentioned King Herod while talking about the refugees around the world and, quote, walls that even separate children from parents, a possible reference to the Trump administration. However, he did not mention the president by name. Conservative Catholics have been increasingly voicing opposition to Francis's progressive papacy. All right, let's bring back tonight's A-plus panel. Bill Caruso, attorney and Democratic strategist, and Matt Rooney, Republican strategist and editor of the Save Jersey blog. Matt, I'm going to start with you. I have a feeling you've got an opinion on this Pope and what he's saying. Let me just ask you directly, though. What does it mean, the church adapting to a post-Christian West? What does that even mean?
I'm not even sure he knows. He must have read it on a blog somewhere. It certainly wasn't my blog. But look, the thing that I think is so crazy about this, part of the reason the West is becoming post-Christian is because the church hasn't stood firm and fast and put a message out there, a Christian, conservative, traditional message, which is appealing to today's society.
Bill, let me ask you, is the Pope becoming totally political? Because it seems to me that he has not wavered on abortion. He has not wavered on traditional marriage. So those are things that you could argue are political hot-button issues in the West that drives potentially millennials away from the church. It's not changing on those. So is this just a fake?
No, I think it's a challenge. We don't have to sacrifice the core tenets of religion to become more open and to become more appealing to a broader cross-section. So I like the fact that this Pope is looking at modernizing, but it doesn't mean getting away from the core tenets of what the faith was founded on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure watering down your message anymore is going to attract millennials. They're getting enough secular education from the culture. Give them something different. Give them something traditional, something that's jarring, which gets their attention. Then I think you might see them return to the pews.
Let me ask you, do you think this, though, is the dividing line is actually really practicing Catholics who are going every week and following the teachings, versus your holiday Catholics who are going to crowd the pews tonight and tomorrow, to show up because it's just part of their tradition, but not really a part of their faith?
I don't think so, and I don't think it's age either. I think it's just generally about a more common and welcoming message, and I think you can do that in a bunch of ways that aren't saying to the public, hey, we're going to weaken what we have in terms of the tenets of our philosophy. I'll give you one crazy idea. Let's welcome more women into the church in leadership roles. Let's welcome more married couples into the faith in more leadership roles.
I totally agree with Bill. I've long supported having married priests, for instance, because if you want to bring young people in, give them someone to relate to that can talk to them about the challenges they're facing. So I'm all about that, and nothing about that has to do with who we are as Catholics.
Well, I disagree with you both on that one, but that could be a 2-hour show. So we'll do a special just on that, right?
Done.
Thanks, guys.